before we start this PFR, I want to address what's going on with the Chicago Blackhawks right now. Now, this is a Pittsburgh Penguins channel for fun. But I do want to say that what's going on with the Blackhawks right now is something that I think every NHL fan should at least look into and at least know what's happening, because it's very serious stuff. I'm not going to go over it in this video. I'm just going to say that if you have not already seen the full investigation that was released today on what happened with the Chicago Blackhawks in 2010, you need to go check it out. I feel like it's a civic duty as an NHL fan that we're educated on this, and because it's going to have big implications on what the NHL is going to look like moving forward, hopefully for the better. Also, free Marc-Andre Fleury. He needs to get out of there, not only because his team is awful on the ice, but off the ice as well.
We're back! Victory puppies!
Shoot the puck!
Hi, I'm David Morehouse.
We got the pit Matheson!
I love this team. We can all agree that Tom Wilson is a piece of shit.
Yes!
I love the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Penguins lose 5-1 to the Tampa Bay Lightning. You can't win them all. This is the Penguins' first regulation loss. First game where they did not get a point. I'm not very upset here because not only was that bound to happen, this is also a really good team in the Tampa Bay Lightning, the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. This game really boiled down to the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions against a depleted Pittsburgh Penguins team that is basically the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, and it looked like it. And, and Crosby will be back soon, so the fluke game against the Leafs, while it was amazing, that's not going to be what the Penguins are going to have to rely on here and get some actual NHL players in the lineup. No offense to Sam Lafferty, though. Lineups real quick. There are no changes at all. Jarry got the start in this one. Kasper Bjornquist was recalled, which was interesting to me. I don't understand why it's not Nathan Legare as the first call-up. He didn't play. Bjornquist did. But, still, the depth. Ricola is also sitting there as a healthy scratch. Whatever. Crosby and Carter will be the first to be back. Crosby will likely be first as soon as Thursday, hopefully. Carter, I don't know. Letang as well. Letang is positive and symptomatic. Carter is not symptomatic or asymptomatic, but he was positive, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Check out Pittsburgh Hockey Now for all that good stuff. Dan's got it all covered. But I think the order of coming back is gonna go Crosby, Carter, Letang. Rust and Malkin will be a little bit further down the line. So early on in this game, Sam Lafferty absolutely rails Ryan McDonough. Mini PFR question, because my actual PFR question's later, but was that a clean hit in your opinion? And Sam Lafferty had a game tonight in both a good and bad way. He was all over the ice hitting people, and he was generating some pretty good chances with the Penguins' fourth line, but also this very likely could be the last game we see him for a while because, again, like I said, Crosby could be back. That's my PFR question. Who is out of the lineup when Crosby comes back? I think it's Sam Lafferty, no offense to him. But he lays out Ryan McDonough, and those two go at it. Corey Perry steps up for him, and Lafferty was in two scraps early on in this game, and that was really fun. This game was just out of the gate, just wild, running off, and there was a lot of intensity to it. It looked like a rivalry game, like these two teams hated each other. Not that they don't. It's just not necessarily a rivalry there. But the Penguins, for the most part, played pretty well in the first period. Brock McGinn scores, except he doesn't. And this is Colton Sisson's flashbacks from 2017, and now we know how they feel, they being the Nashville Predators, where Brock McGinn does score, but the whistle was blown before the puck passed the goal line, and it was blown off. And how different of a game it could have been, because the Penguins had to play catch-up. The Tampa Bay Lightning got their first lead of the season, which surprised me. Braden Point scored, and then it was followed up by Palat and McDonough, and then Sergachev scored an empty netter. So the Penguins were playing catch-up throughout the entirety of the game. And without big guys like BFGC, big fucking Jeff Carter, Sidney Crosby, and Evgeni Malkin, and even Bryan Rust, to get you back in these type of games, it was really hard for the Penguins to generate anything. The power play didn't look all too great. Evan Rodrigues was all over the night tonight in both a good and bad way. He's skating with confidence, but also skating with confidence, which could be a bad thing with Evan Rodrigues. Jake Guentzel and Kasperi Kapanen are the two names that I'm really stuck with on what's going on with them, because I think Guentzel only has one goal this year. Kapanen still is not yet to score. And it's not like the chances aren't there, but I would have really liked to see them get on the board tonight, especially trying to mount a comeback. Those are the two best forwards on your team right now. And they kind of looked invisible, especially Guentzel. And I think that has a lot to do with there not being any centers for him to play with. So in the third period, Sullivan shifted up the lines. He promoted Dominik Simon. Oh no, PTSD flashbacks. But again, this is Dominic Simon, completely different player. I have no idea who Dominik Simon is. He's, a washed-up player. He went to the KHL or something. This is a new player. Let's give him a fair shake this second time in Pittsburgh. Dominic Simon is his new name. He gets a good shot on the first line, whatever. Drew O'Connor also got promoted, played some top 6 minutes, but alas, the Penguins end up losing this one. They do score, though, late in the game on a power play. Jason Zucker scored that one. Good to see him continuing to score, which is what the Penguins need out of him after last year. And the Penguins lose this one 5-1 after Killorn gets an empty net goal, and then Sergachev. Vasilevsky had a good game. He's my first star. Second star, McDonough, who got into it physically and also scored a goal in this one. And then, I'm going to give Sam Lafferty a third star, because how often can you say that? Penguins lose this one 5-1 to the Tampa Bay Lightning. They play Thursday against the Calgary Flames. I'll see you guys then.